I am beyond hyped for this game because if you don't know, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is a sequel to the Budokai Tenkaichi series, and everyone's always wanted a 4th game in the series, but that never happened. I think they've had like other games that they tried. I think there was one called Ultimate Tenkaichi, and apparently it sucked. I never tried it, so I'm not sure. This game is being advertised as the Budokai Tenkaichi 4. They just renamed it to Sparking Zero because apparently in Japan the series was called Sparking. They actually had a live stream where they showed 2 new trailers for the game. One was a gameplay trailer, which was insane. I loved it. And the second was a character trailer. And if you know the Budokai Tenkaichi series, you know that the main focus of the game, at least in my opinion, is the characters. Budokai Tenkaichi has so many fucking characters. They have like the most random characters, like Pilaf, he's a character, like his robot, Frieza Force members. You can play as anyone in Budokai Tenkaichi. That was like the appeal of it. The fact that they're still focusing on that for this game is very exciting to me. They better have a team 5v5 mode. They better have the normal mode. I never use this, but it'd be funny if they had like the calm v calm mode, which was literally a mode where you just get to watch the AI fight each other. If they have that again, that'd be funny. I remember they had a mode which is very cool where like they assign values to fighters. They would give you, for example, 20 points you got to spend, and the stronger the fighter, the more points you have to spend. So that was a very interesting mode that I didn't play much, but like I tried once in a while and it was pretty fun to play at. So like maybe they'll have that again. So pretty much the showcase they had earlier today, they had the trailer for the gameplay and the trailer for the characters. So I'll go over both of them and what I noticed. The gameplay trailer, all it was a battle between Goku and Vegeta. They pretty much started as base form, and throughout the battle at some point both of them transform into Super Saiyan Blue, and at the end Goku wins. And there's a lot that happens in the battle, and some things that I want to note are, one thing is battle damage clothes. It was super cool to see, and I love that it's battle damage that's kind of like iconic. So like with Vegeta, he was wearing the Saiyan armor, but by the end of the battle his actual armor was gone and his spandex part was kind of ripped, and that's something you see in the anime and manga a lot. With Goku, it was the iconic, he started with his orange gi, but by the end the orange part of his gi was ripped and it was just his blue shirt and his orange pants. So that was really cool to see. There were key clashes, which is very legendary in Budokai Tenkaichi, where like if you do 2 supers at once, it was different, the mechanic, which I'm kind of happy about, because in Budokai Tenkaichi they had a mechanic where you had to take the analog sticks of the controller and just spin it, and while I was very good at that no doubt fucks up your controller, especially these days where like stick drift is a thing. That would 100% kill your controller, so I'm happy that's not a thing anymore. I couldn't tell exactly what the mechanic was. It was kind of like you had to press triangle on a meter, I think, but the mechanic is different with key clashes, but I'm happy that key clashes are making a return. Something I was very happy about is that the UI elements are the exact same. While they look different and more modern, they have the exact same type of health bar, they have the same type of key bars, they have the gauge bar, which was used to do like instant transmission and like certain ultimates and stuff. One thing I did notice is that the gauge bar is renamed. I believe it was called the gauge bar in Budokai Tenkaichi. I don't know if it was officially named that, but I think somewhere it said gauge, so that's what I call it. But throughout the showcase they specifically always said that it's called skill count now. One thing that was super cool, and it was actually one of the uses of skill count, and this is something I believe was not a thing in the Budokai Tenkaichi series. Vegeta uses Gallic Gun, which is a super, and he uses it on Goku. And in the Budokai Tenkaichi series, you either had to like block it and take some damage, or you could like instant transmission last second or something. But Goku straight up just deflects the Gallic Gun, and I was like, what the fuck? You can do that? That was insane. And later in the showcase, they actually explained that Goku used 2 of his skill count to deflect it. So it looks like skill count is still a very important part of the game, but not only that, they're actually adding more things to do with it. When it happens in gameplay, it's always gonna be a hype moment, because like, what moves can you do to? Because I can't even imagine like fighting against a Vegeta and they're using Final Flash, which is like a fucking insane move, and Goku just deflecting it. I can't wait to see like the hype moments that you get from the game by doing that, because can you deflect a spirit bomb? Is that a thing you can do? Like, who knows? I really want to get to see how deep you can go with the mechanics and what you can deflect and what you can't, and like there's potentially other things you can do with the skill count too, other than deflections that we don't even know about. So one other thing that I noticed, and this was so cool to see, and I noticed this, I don't think they talked about it in the actual like showcase, but I noticed this in the gameplay. But in Budokai Tenkaichi, you have a key bar and you can charge it up to full, and the key is yellow as you're charging it up. But if you keep charging, you can pretty much recharge the entire key bar fully again, and the yellow key bars change into blue. And once you're fully full, your key bar pretty much gets this electric animation in Budokai Tenkaichi. And usually what that means is you pretty much have no slowdown, like you have infinite stamina. So if you really want, you can just keep spamming attack and keep attacking your opponent, and you'll literally never stop your combo until the blue key bar goes away. That was one of the main benefits of it gameplay wise. In this, they made it a completely like godlike moment. I noticed when Vegeta got to the blue key bar, it transformed into purple when it was done. The sky darkened, it got cloudy, and the music changed. It was like some like Super Saiyan God-esque moment. And it was so cool that like it wasn't a cutscene or anything, but like gameplay wise, it felt completely different. And then when it was done, when he was out of his kind of electric key state, I don't know like what the official name of it is, it went back to normal and like a normal blue sky. I'm so excited because whenever that key bar filled up in Budokai Tenkaichi, it was always a hype moment because you knew your opponent was about to beat your ass because he's an infinite combo you. But like that's all it was. It wasn't like visually shown as cool really. But now the fact that the entire environment changes and the music changes is really gonna make it like okay, I gotta lock in moment. So like I really love that. In terms of other things, a very small thing that I noticed in it, and it's kind of like, I guess other people do this too, but one of kind of like the memey things I did in the game, like whenever I played with my brothers or cousins, is you can have a battle where you're just teleporting for like 10 to 15 seconds straight. So like you'll hit your opponent, he teleports behind you, then he'll hit you, but you'll teleport behind him, and you keep doing that. And they literally have that in this trailer where Goku and Vegeta are fighting, and for like 5 to 10 seconds they're both just teleporting and not touching each other. And when that happened, I legitimately like laughed out loud, because I'm like, okay, so they know this is a thing, because this is something that I used to do as a kid, and the fact that they're showing it off, like they know exactly what they're doing. They know like the fan base they're catering to, and when that happened, I fucking loved it. So I can't wait to be doing these stupid useless teleporting battles in Sparking Zero 2. And that's pretty much what they had in the gameplay trailer. Like they had another trailer which was a character trailer. I did not expect the amount of characters they were ready to like show in this trailer, because they showed off like one character, then like 2, then 3, then I'm like, they're probably gonna show like 3, and I don't know how much they had by the end, but I want to say it was like about 10, maybe even more. And the important part is they have those characters, like some of those like henchmen of like Ribrianne, like they weren't like that important in the actual story of Dragon Ball Super, but that's the point of Budokai Tenkaichi. Not all the characters have to be important. Like we like having these random ass little characters because some people might like them, and they might be fun to play as. And so the only thing I'm kind of scared about is if they kind of take a DLC route, which obviously wasn't a thing in the old times. We'll see how it is. Hopefully there isn't an excessive amount of DLCing they do in terms of characters, but I'm sure it will happen. But they were showing like character interactions between characters, and I don't understand like how that works specifically, because there would be a fight and Jace and Birder, which are part of the Ginyu Force, they would do a combo attack against their enemy, and I'm like, I don't know how that works gameplay wise. Like, does that mean they're doing a team battle and they're playing as Birder and they just happen to have Jace in the party, or is it just an ultimate where Jace just comes for Birder's attack? They had a moment where Broly and Kale in her Broly form were like locking hands like in battle like this. It was a kind of a cutscene. I'm like, is that a gameplay thing? Like I don't know if that's like something they're showing in the story mode they might have, or if that's a thing that just might happen in the gameplay, because those two specific characters are very similar. They straight up had like a monologue from Hit talking about Broly, saying like they've created a monster by letting Broly get unleashed. That was super cool. I don't know. I don't know when any of this is gonna happen in actual battles proper. Like I'm very interested to see more of that and how deep they delve into interactions between different characters, because it was super cool seeing that in the character trailer, and that's something I didn't expect at all. I thought they were just gonna be showing gameplay of different characters, but they kind of had this story of like these different characters interacting. I'm so glad that they're having a nice balance between keeping what makes the game special and adding new stuff. And in the showcase, the person presenting was very specific about that, where he was like, this is the things that we did to make it the same as Budokai Tenkaichi. There were some things that worked, there were something that didn't, and then he was like, these are the things that we added to the base mechanics to like make it different, and that's like where the deflection and things came from. It was just super cool seeing the new stuff along with the old stuff. I cannot wait to see exactly what they kept and exactly what they changed.